Hello, Nigeria. Happy Eid el-Kabir. Welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Maduchemu. We are staying true to the season. It's the festival of sacrifice. Amidst the celebration, merrymaking, and the best part, feasting on ram meat, there are spiritual lessons we can imbibe. We've got reports to enlighten you on reasons why the Salah is significant. Aside the Muslim festival, we'll be sharing some very entertaining reports. We have a guy who is no doubt the tallest man in West Africa. He's probably the tallest in Africa, and his story is remarkable. Just like a group of disabled individuals carrying out challenging duties like regular folks. Then the parties this week are exceptional. A distinguished Nigerian recently turned 100, while a woman gives birth after more than 3 decades of marriage. You can already tell that we have a sizzling edition. Let's begin, as always, with the news by Claire Adelabu Abdul Razak. Happy Salah, Claire.
Thank you, Becky. I'm sure you've got lots and lots of meat to eat. All right, it's all about Salah, and we begin from Daura in Katsina State, where President Muhammadu Buhari and his Guinean counterpart, President Alpha Conde, worshipped at Kofa Arwa Eid ground in the ancient town. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that a colorful durbar was held in honor of both leaders.
It was another moment of historical significance for the people of the ancient town of Daura as President Muhammadu Buhari, his counterpart from the Republic of Guinea, Alpha Conde, and Governor Aminu Bello Masari arrived at the community's Eid ground for worship. Family, friends, and acquaintances of the president from across the emirate were already on hand, including the paramount ruler of the kingdom, Emir Umar Farouk. The chief imam of Daura, Safiano Yusuf Ansawai, who led the 2-rakat congregational prayer, admonished the Ummah to remain prayerful against all adversities of life and indeed thankful to Allah for his enormous blessings. Their trust in the Almighty, he emphasized, must be kept alive, so also the virtues of sacrifice, obedience, justice, tolerance, love for one another, and indeed care for those in need. Special prayers were offered to Allah for protection and guidance of the Nigerian leader and his Guinean counterpart, as well as for peace, unity, stability, and development of the two countries. Governor Aminu Bello Masari of Katsina State and the Emir of Daura, Umar Farouk, used the opportunity to appreciate the efforts of their worthy son, President Muhammadu Buhari, at selflessly taking Nigeria to the next level for sustainable future of the country. Emir Farouk in particular reassured the president of continued support, cooperation and understanding of his people and prayed Allah to continue to protect and guide him aright. As a mark of respect, President Alpha Conde of the Republic of Guinea was given the honor to perform the symbolic ram slaughtering, demonstrating the total obedience to the will of Allah as exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim. A mammoth crowd of well-wishers later converged along the major street of Daura to catch a glimpse as well as show appreciation, support and goodwill to the Nigerian leader and his guests as they headed home from the Eid ground. Why Salah celebration in Nigeria? A question posed by NTA News to the Guinean leader Alpha Conde.
Parce que j'ai beaucoup de respect pour le président Buhari.
I have come to support my brother, an African leader who is committed to the transformation of Nigeria, who is committed to fighting corruption, who is committed to bringing peace, security and counter-terrorism in Nigeria. These are not easy tasks, but I'm here to support him. I know he has made enemies. I know it is not easy, but once Nigeria is well governed, Africa will also be uplifted. So it's our duty to come here to support him. And just like the Emir said, he's an honest man, a sincere man, a patriot who is committed to his people. So this is a value that is rare in Africa. And it's my duty to come here today to be with him.
Feeling satisfied and indeed honored by President Conde's visit, President Muhammadu Buhari restated his resolute commitment to selflessness in national service for sustainable growth and development of the economy.
I feel quite honored by the President of Guinea, who came and spent the time with us here in Daura and see the typical one of Nigerians' way of celebrating this great day.
Insecurity is still a major issue, and corruption, as you say, is still fighting back. What can you assure the people of Nigeria?
We are doing our best within the system, and we are remaining steadfast.
In the meantime, a special Daba was organized by the Emir of Daura, Farouk Umar Farouk, in honor of the visiting Guinean leader Alpha Condé. President Condé, accompanied by President Muhammadu Buhari and the Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari, was treated to a spectacular show of horsemanship, courage and agility by a retinue of the Emir's regimental guards and servants of the Emir's palace.
It's a sign of appreciation, of respect and recognition for the honor he has done to our president by coming here to Daura.
Salah celebrations continue in Daura. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And still in the festive mood in Daura, President Muhammadu Buhari has applauded the National Youth Service Corps scheme for living up to its mission of national integration. President Buhari was speaking when Youth Corps members serving in the area paid him Salah homage. He described the scheme as one of the best legacies of the Gowon era. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambu tells us more.
The Youth Corps members in their numbers converged on the private residence of the Nigerian leader to not only demonstrate their solidarity and support, but wish him a successful and memorable Salah celebrations. Indeed, it was a joyous moment of history for them as the president, accompanied by the Guinean leader Alpha Condé, came to show appreciation. Nigeria, we serve. The co-liaison officer, Aliyu Abdullahi, who spoke on their behalf, appreciated President Buhari for his sincerity of purpose and commitment towards addressing Nigeria's fundamental challenges for posterity.
May Almighty Allah give you more wisdom and strength fighting against corruption and insecurity in our great nation.
President Muhammadu Buhari formally welcomed the corps members to Daura and indeed to his residence, asking them to not only renew their allegiance to Nigeria, but keep faith with the ideals of the NYSC scheme, which he described as well thought out and reassuring.
When I met General Gowon, I thanked him for introducing the NYSC. This is a great program. Practical experience will make you disabuse what people think about our plurality in terms of ethnicity and religion. We have over 250 cultures, each one thinking that is superior to the other. It's only the NYSC that is merging us together. And of course the military and the police that are recruited from all over the country. So I congratulate you for serving here, seeing the other side of Nigeria.
On his part, President Alpha Condé of Guinea urged the future leaders of the country to genuinely play a part towards achieving the Nigeria of their dreams.
He said, for all of you here, he has one message for you. Know that first you are Nigerians before you are from any ethnic group.
In the spirit of the season, President Muhammadu Buhari donated 2 bulls, 10 bags of rice, and 250,000 naira to the corps members. From Daura, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
All right, let's take more on Eid al-Kabir, the festival of sacrifice, which brought together Muslims across Nigeria at various praying grounds to observe the Eid prayer. The National Eid ground here in Abuja, the Masjid of the National Mosque, Professor Shehu Galadanchi, led the Eid al-Kabir prayer. Abdullahi Musa Suleja was there.
Though not an obligatory prayer, Eid prayer is highly recommended for Muslims to mark either of the Eids in Islam. And in compliance with this, Muslim faithful in Abuja went to different Eid grounds, dressed in good attires, and also left home early to be at the ground, which are mostly at the outskirts of the town or city. The young and the old, male and female, all attend the Eid congregation, and arrival of the Murshid of the National Mosque heralded the prayers.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu
Akbar. As ordained in Islam, the congregation waited after the 2-rakat prayer for the Imam's sermon. This year, Murshid of the National Mosque, Professor Shehu Galadanchi, admonished Muslims to refrain from the evil deeds, seek Allah's guidance, and work toward peaceful coexistence.
Allah Almighty says, on that day will men proceed in companies sorted out, to be shown the deeds that they have done.
The Murshid slaughtered the sacrificial ram, paving the way for others to do so as soon as they return home from the Eid ground. Abdullahi Musa Suleja, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention now to Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate, where Muslims joined other worshippers in the country to also observe the Eid al-Kabir. Let's hear more from Mohammed Nasr.
Thousands of Muslim faithful converge on the Sokoto Central Eid ground to observe the 2 units prayer. Sultan Saad Abubakar and Governor Amin Wazir Tambol are among personalities that attended the prayer led by the Chief Imam of Sultan Bello Jumaat Mosque, Imam Malemi.
Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Allahu Akbar.
Delivering sermon after the prayer, the Imam reminded Muslims on the lessons of sacrifice and urged them to embrace it. He enjoined Muslims to purify their souls and perform acts of worship for the sake of Allah alone. The Imam also advised Nigerians to intensify prayers for prevalence of peace and peaceful coexistence among all. The Imam later sacrificed his ram, an indication that other Muslims in Sokoto can do same. In Sokoto, Muhammad Nasir, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, has admonished Nigerians and Muslims in particular to intensify prayers for the country to overcome the security challenges. This was contained in his Eid al-Kabir message to all Muslims. Shehu Muhammad Dati has the report.
The Sultan described security threat as a global phenomenon, hence the need for all to work towards curtailing the menace. He commended security agencies, governments, and politicians, urging them to strive hard towards ending insecurity in Nigeria. The Sultan said measures put in place by relevant stakeholders are impressive, assuring Nigerians that they will soon see the impact. Sultan Muhammad Saad emphasized on the need for government to provide job opportunities and encourage food production at all levels. He implored Nigerian pilgrims to pray for the nation's security and bumper harvest this cropping season. The Sultan called for peaceful coexistence, love for one another, and respect for each other's view. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
And in Maiduguri, Governor Babagida Umar and the Shehu of Borno joined thousands of other worshippers to converge on Ramat Square Eid prayer ground for the 2 rakat prayer to usher in the Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Mohammed Goni reports that the prayer was performed peacefully across Borno State with security operatives on hand to maintain law and order.
The 2 rakat prayer was led by the Imam Ideni of Borno, Shetima Muhammad Saleh. In his sermon, the Imam extolled the virtues of the Eid al-Adha, describing it as the day Allah showered his mercy on Ibrahim, who was commanded to sacrifice his son but replaced with a sacrificial animal. He enjoined faithful to emulate Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail in obedience and the fear of Allah. Imam Shetima Saleh also reminded faithful to intensify praises and glorify their Creator in the next 3 days commencing from today, and further urged the faithful and all Nigerians to pray for peace to reign in the country. In a Salah message immediately after performing the sacrifice at the government house, Governor Babagana Umar thanked the federal government, the Nigerian armed forces and other security operatives for their efforts to end the security challenges in the state and the northeast.
We shall make best use of the established corridor by the federal government, Operation SEP Corridor, to receive all those people who are willing, the surroundings who are willing to come back home.
Meanwhile, the immediate past governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shetima, stressed the need for unity among citizens of Borno in the effort to end the security challenges in the state and enjoined all to rally around the present administration. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
And in Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa reports that the 2 units prayer to mark the Eid al-Kabir celebrations were observed peacefully at more than 300 locations across the state.
The Kofar Mata Eid ground is traditionally where Governor and Emir of Kano come and worship on a day like this. Most residents of the ancient city, politicians, members of the business and diplomatic communities also joined them. The 2 rakat prayers were led by Emir Muhammad Sanusi II. In a sermon, the Emir admonished Muslims to uphold the spirit of sacrifice as exemplified by Prophet Abraham. He also enjoined them to support the less privileged among them as practiced by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduje, while congratulating Muslims on the Eid al-Kabir celebrations, urged them to use the season in praying for peace, unity and sustainable development of the country. At the end of the Eid prayers, Emir Muhammad Sanusi II sacrificed 2 rams to pave the way for other Muslims to commence theirs. Thereafter, the Emir led other traditional title holders in the emirate in observing the traditional Salah Doba, at the end of which he and Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduje exchanged Salah greetings. In Kano, Abdullah Mustafa, NTA News.
All right, let's turn our attention now to the Saudis, where the chief imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdul Ganiu Agbotomo Kekere, called on all Muslims to emulate the virtuous life of total obedience, love, justice, and self-sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim. The chief imam stated this at Agodi Eid Prayer Ground. Ayomiku Ajibola reports on this and other Eid prayers within Ibadan.
That was the chief imam of Ibadan land, leading Muslim faithful to observe the 2-rakat prayer for the celebration of the Eid al-Kabir. In his Salah message, Sheikh Agbotomo Kekere commended the spirit of togetherness and peaceful coexistence exhibited so far across the country, saying that it is only in an atmosphere of peace that Nigeria can achieve the desired greatness.
To be a bit resilient and keep the hope alive, and that's what we have. There's so much that is going to happen for us in Oyo State and in Nigeria as a whole.
Continue to pray for Oyo State, continue to pray for Nigeria, so that we will continue to live in peace.
Former Governor of Oyo State, Abiola Ajimobi, and some APC stalwarts observed the Eid prayer at the Asaruddin Praying Ground, where the former governor urged Nigerians to support the present administration both at the state and the federal level.
Let us support President Buhari for the whole nation, and let us support the current governor, Seyi Makinde, for him to succeed.
Meanwhile, at the Hausa Community Praying Ground, Shasha, Ibadan, the importance of peaceful coexistence with all men, which could bring about rapid development, was stressed. In Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
And from the southeast, specifically Abia State, comes a report that Muslims in the state have been urged to embrace the spirit of faithfulness, tolerance and forgiveness. The chief imam of Abia, Mustafa Goni, gave this admonition during the Eid prayers at the Umuahia Township Stadium to mark the festival. Here is Dennis Temple with the rest of the story.
That was the voice of the chief imam leading the Eid prayer at the Umuahia Township Stadium, Abia State capital. The Muslim cleric advised faithful to imbibe the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, which is anchored on love, forgiveness and peaceful coexistence with one another, without which the nation will not achieve its desired destination. The Sakin Yaro, as well as the Vice President of Islamic Supreme Council of Nigeria, Abia State Chapter, explained the significance of Eid al-Kabir and urged Muslims to live up to the tenets of Islam.
And my advice to them is to live in harmony with their brothers, irrespective of your ethnic, your religion, your tribe. This is our home. We came to stay in Nigeria. We don't have any country to go than Nigeria.
If every Muslim will follow the dictates of Allah's injunction, I don't think we have anything to lose.
The high point of the celebration was the offering of sacrifice of ram, which demonstrates the essence of the festival. In Umuahia, Dennis Temple, NTA News.
And our correspondent Francis Form compiled the Eid prayers from other parts of the country.
In Nasarawa State, imams admonish Muslims faithful to learn the lessons from the offering of sacrificial lamb by Prophet Ibrahim and ensured pity takes center stage in their lives. While in Kaduna, Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikum reports that message of total obedience to Allah's commandment, love and sacrifice that will guarantee national unity, peace and progress were the focus of khutbah by imams during Eid al-Kabir prayer. Allahu Akbar. Also from Yola comes a report that Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri and Lamido Adama Muhammadu Barkindo Aliu Mustafa were among the thousands of Muslims faithful who performed the Rakat's prayer at the Yola Eid ground. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Awal Muhammad Kazaura reports from Jigawa State that the Deputy Chief Imam of Dusi, Dr. Musa Bala, who led the 2 rakat prayer, enjoined Muslims to live in peace with one another, irrespective of religious or ethnic background. In Mina, the Niger State capital, former head of state General Abdulsalami Abubakar called on Nigerians to imbibe the virtues of sacrifice and fear of God in their actions as a basis for returning the country to the path of prosperity. The former head of state gave the advice shortly after observing the 2-unit prayer to commemorate the Eid al-Kabir.
May the blessing of the season be with us all, and may peace return to our country. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove all these afflictions we are going through.
Prayer for the country to overcome current challenges echoed at the Eid ground in Port Harcourt, as Muslim faithful and Nigerians of other faith were tasked to sustain the essence of Eid al-Kabir festival for the good of the nation. In Enugu, Comfort Anyim reports that it was a peaceful atmosphere at the Eid ground, its 2-division cantonments, as Muslims faithful joined other counterparts the world over to commemorate Eid al-Kabir. Doris Olumoko reports that the chief imam of Akure, Abdul Hakim Yayi Akorede, applauded the efforts of the government in sustaining the peace in the country and called for a lasting solution to the food sufficiency. This was contained in a sermon at the Eid prayer in Akure. Mohammed Adebowale reports that the immediate past governor of Ogun State and senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District, Senator Ibukule Amoshun, joined other Muslims in Abeokuta to observe the Eid prayer commemorating this year's Eid al-Kabir festival at Lantoro Eid ground. In Abuja, Francis Form, NTA News.
All right, now as pilgrims continue other stages of Hajj exercise, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, urges Nigerians to prioritize prayers for the country. Lami Ali reports that the President of the Senate is among Nigerian pilgrims.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawal, emphasized that there is need for understanding among Nigerians as the present government is committed and has the political will to make life better for all citizens, irrespective of ideological, religious, ethnic or regional differences.
Those of us in elected positions, especially those of us in the National Assembly, we have decided and we are determined to work with the President, the executive arm of government, to ensure that we address those development and challenges in the country. So we need the understanding of Nigerians. Nigerians have already spoken in this year in the elections, and therefore what we need to do is to go along together with leadership of the country.
He says sustained prayers are required for the leadership in its determination to improve all sectors.
It is a very important day for all Muslims across the world, and because this is not an occasion that only Muslims really pray, I believe that across the country in Nigeria, our citizens across all the religious persuasions and divisions will pray for Nigeria to come out of these challenges that we are facing.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, also on the occasion of Arafat, organized a special prayer session for Nigeria.
Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Malik, Ya Quddus, Ya Salam, Ya Mumin, Ya Muhaymin, Ya Aziz, Ya Jabbar, Ya Mudakabir, Ya Khaliq, Ya Bar, Ya Musawwir, Ya Ghaffar.
Pilgrims have in the meantime been carrying out other Hajj rites such as throwing of pebbles at the Jamarat, a symbolic reenactment of actions by Prophet Ibrahim. In Muna, Saudi Arabia, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And back home, our next report shows how the large and traditional Nga Kupi family in Gariki village observed Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Mamso Damian Dati, who joined in the celebration, reports that it was a shared display of virtues of love, tolerance and harmonious coexistence.
Palace and the family home of the Sapi of Gorki, traditional head of the Bagi people, is the breaking of dawn and Eid al-Kabir morning. Everyone wakes up to a beehive as the large family of 4 mothers and many children with relatives around get ready for the special day. Everyone has a chore, with the mothers taking charge of the kitchen, giving attention to massive pots of food and local drinks. They didn't have to wait for long for the activities of the day to begin. More family members trooped to the building ahead of the Eid. The royal chamber is the muster point, with the arrival of the father heralding the prayers. From the Eid ground all the way home, the royal family was accompanied with special prayers, music and dances. Then comes the part where the less privileged in particular and others savour the Salah food. Little Emmanuel Aladi says she and her father forfeited their Sunday service to celebrate with the family whose doors are open to all.
I enjoyed. We used to play and sing for Aunt Mommy that she used to give us plenty things to eat.
Having satisfied Emanuela and the entire guests, the family settled down to interact and savour the goodies of Eid al-Kabir celebration.
Our tradition, our customs, our norms and values are not inculcated to our young ones. It means they have no history. We must make sure that where we come from, we must also try to inculcate it for future generations.
As a big family traditional ruler, in fact, we are happy. What we need is to learn how to be one. Is to learn how to love each other.
I feel happy because it's a sunnah from our forefathers.
Momso Damien Ati, NTA News.
Did you see that, young girl? That's the spirit of the season. And away from Eid al-Kabir celebrations now to appointments, the recent appointment of new Emir of Maru in Zamfara State has been widely received with accolades by people of the emirate. Jamilu Ibrahim reports that people from across the domain were excited as they trooped to the residence of the appointee to felicitate with him.
Governor Bello Muhammad of Zamfara State recently approved the appointment of Alhaji Abubakar Megari as the new Emir of Maru, following the dethronement of his predecessor Alhaji Abubakar Chika, who was indicted by a panel that investigated his alleged support to the activities of armed bandits in the area. News of the appointment was received with accolade by people from across the domain as they trooped to the residence of the appointee to felicitate with him. A cross-section of the Ali callers who spoke with NTA News described the appointment as well-deserved, saying the new emir is an embodiment of honesty and integrity. They, however, charged him to carry all his subjects alone in the discharge of the new responsibility.
Because of his virtues and well experience that he has acquired from the various positions he held, yes, he's equal to the task.
The new emir of Maru, Alhaji Abubakar Megari, says his biggest worldly ambition has been fulfilled as he ascends to the throne of his ancestors. He identified championing the cause of the ongoing peace initiative in the emirate as his immediate challenge, until his new appointment, the second-class emir is the senior district head of Maru Emirate. He is the 14th Banaga of Maru. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And President Muhammadu Buhari joins members of the All Progressives Congress APC in congratulating Chief John Odige Oyegun on his 80th birthday, describing him as true example of a patriot and democrat. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President and Media Publicity Femi Adesina, President Buhari congratulates Chief Oyegun on the milestone, which has been highlighted with memories of great achievements, including providing visionary leadership to unseat an incumbent government for the first time in Nigeria's history. The president affirms that the former chairman of All Nigeria's People's Party, ANPP, and APC sets a standard for consistency, honesty, and integrity in Nigeria's politics. His depth of wisdom, maturity, tolerance, and always putting the interests of the nation above self should serve as a lesson to both old and younger political actors. The president rejoices with family members, friends, and associates of the former governor of Edo State as he turns an octogenarian, praying that God gives him good health and strength to keep serving the nation and humanity. And Dr. Yakubu Nura of the University of Maiduguri, Nigeria, wins World Physics competition by defeating more than 5,000 contenders from 97 countries. Dr. Yakubu Nora, emerging winner, is now recognized as father of modern Einstein's planetary equation studies in physics. Organized by International Agency for Standards Ratings, the award identifies brilliant scientists and academics through World Championship. The 2019 World Championship in Physics Planetary Equation acknowledges outstanding international contributions and is selected based on international meritorious competition in scientific knowledge in physics. And from Bayelsa State comes a report that the People's Democratic Party has clinched all seats in the local council election held in the state. The returning officer announced the result at the State Independent Electoral Commission office in Yanekwa. Akomoye reports.
And that Alale Mbelakwa Prosper of the People's Democratic Party was duly elected, having scored the higher votes cast in the election, dated today, 10th August 2019. I hereby declare him winner and returned.
Acting Chairman of BISEC, Chief Remember Ogbe, who authenticated the result, appreciated the electorate for their peaceful conduct during the exercise. He also commended staff and officials for their commitment towards a free and fair election.
Laliabo West, Ibinyu Tona, Mbelakwa, Alale Prosper, Nigeria Care, Urupaye Nimi Zwa. Of their various local government areas, declaration is authentic, and therefore they are the council chairman elect in their various local government areas.
The event was witnessed by party agents, election observers, journalists and other stakeholders. In Yenagoa Bayelsa State, Doris Akomoye, NTA News.
And for sports, Manchester United beat Chelsea 4-0, while Arsenal wins at Newcastle by a lone goal. Also in the first week of the English Premier League on Sunday is the goalless encounter between Leicester and Wolves. For more, let's join Amasi Marcos with the sports update.
Nigeria's under-20 women's football team, the Falconets, are intensifying training at the FIFA Goal Project football pitch, Package B section of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, ahead of the 2019 African Games in Morocco. The team played Aitio Cup champions Nasarawa Amazons in a friendly match, which ended goalless.
What Nigerians should be expecting again is we'll have some crop of players that will be groomed and made ready at any time they call upon the Super Falcons.
President of Nigeria Volleyball Federation, Musa Nimrod, has reiterated the federation's commitment to developing the game from the grassroots. He made this known at the closing ceremony of the Nimrod 300 Kids with Talent Volleyball Inter-Academy Clinic, where over 300 junior volleyballers were taken through the rudiments of the game at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, over 3 days.
For more than 9 years, we've been doing this. Now the vision, a lot of people are carrying the vision, and it will be sustained.
A lot about skills, the rules, and what we have to avoid to be successful in this game.
If I have the courage to play in this competition now, I also have the courage to play in many competitions coming.
Nigeria's representatives to the Africa Level System Gymnastics Championships in South Africa arrived the country on Sunday after the contingent amassed a total of 8 medals consisting of 2 gold, 2 silver and 4 bronze medals.
Build a gym for children to enjoy and new equipment, because the equipment that we have used to injure us.
This is the first time we're not coming up with a negative story from South Africa, and we actually go there to do our country proud.
18 gymnasts represented Nigeria at the championship. With sports update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
All right, and it's been exceptionally friendly weather in parts of Abuja, but we can't predict tomorrow, so let's check the weather.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on the weather forecast. I'm Susan Opara. We expect some relaxation in the rainfall activities, especially during the morning hours in the next 24 hours. So for Monday morning, we anticipate cloudy skies over the northern region. The central cities will also experience cloudy conditions with chances for light rains over the hilly areas of the central cities to affect places like Abuja, Lafia, Jos, Makurdi, and Jalingo. The inland cities of the south and the coastal belt will also experience cloudy condition same morning hours, with chances for light rains over the coast of Calabar. And progressing into the afternoon and evening hours, moderate rains are anticipated over the coastal belt up to the inland cities of the south, with a mixture of thunderstorms and rains to affect the central cities, while the northern region will be under the influence of thunderstorms. And for the temperature outlook, please stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you again.
All right, and that does it for us here in Abuja. Don't go away. Becky says she has an exceptional package of Newsline tonight. From us, Eid Mubarak.
He doesn't want overripe things. Dudu by nature. Black is beautiful. Oh, talk to the hand. The baby is black. Ask her. Uche, quickly send me the baby video.
Okay, ma.
Yeah, he's playing. Oh my goodness. He's loving it. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Bye.
Data is oxygen. Glow 4G, the new speed of life. Your #1 4G network nationwide. The very best from Glow, the grandmasters of data.
Welcome to the National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services Farmers Helpline.
Have you heard? There's a center to cater for all the needs of farmers and farming businesses in Nigeria. An information center with the sole objective of helping the farmers to increase agricultural productivity and profit. It is a place with the best crop of scientists and extension workers in the country.
Thank you for calling National Farmers Helpline.
This center is the federal government's strategy to empower farmers with quality information, and it is located at the National Agricultural Extension and Research Liaison Services, Zaria. Call National Farmers Helpline today on 081-3989-0090 from Mondays to Fridays between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. The National Farmers Helpline Center, the solution center for Nigerian agriculture.
Dear Mommy, you went out that night with the baby in your tummy, but you did not come back. The baby is very fine and she eats and sleeps a lot. Everyone says that you are in a better place, but I miss you so much. I keep asking them, where is the better place? But nobody answers me. Auntie Kemi just hugs me and says, go and play. Mommy, I miss you. Please, when are you coming home?
I still do miss you, Mom. And in honor of your memory, I'm a doctor today working with the MTN Foundation to save mothers and children every day.
Ending mother and child mortality in Nigeria is dear to us. We will keep strengthening this most important bond just for you.
The fastest growing educational institution in Africa, Afe Babalola University, Abuja, is conducting third batch admission screening into the colleges of engineering, law, sciences, social and management sciences, medicine and health sciences. 10 a.m. prompt, Saturday, 17th August 2019. Centers: Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Government Secondary School, Gariki, Abuja; Afe Babalola Auditorium, University of Lagos; Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, Rumola Road, Port Harcourt, Master Care International School, Asaba, Montessori International College, 66 Airport Road, Warri, undergraduate, direct entry and postgraduate admissions available in all colleges. Access www.abwa.edu.ng or call 080-335-09150 or 090-116-73845.
Abwa, providing the missing link.
My tasty jollof queen. #1 jollof chef.
When you start like this, I know it's jollof you want.
I know you're tired, dear, but please.
My husband deserves the best jollof. Yay! And so do my kids.
Yeah, Mom.
Not necessary, dear. I have all the pepper, onion, thyme, curry powder, garlic, ginger, and tomatoes I need in here. Welcome to the new way of making tasty jollof with no stress at all. All I do is pour my oil, add tasty tom jollof mix, fry for 4 minutes, and add water, some salt and seasoning, and finally rice. And my tasty jollof is ready in only 45 minutes.
So tasty. And for my jollof queen.
Tasty Tom Jollof Mix. No stress.
More jollof.
New Tasty Tom Jollof Mix.
Barakata Salah from the Federal Road Safety Commission.
The Federal Road Safety Corps appreciates the continuous support being received from the motoring public. Road traffic crashes are trending down and concerted effort is being made by the government to improve on road safety management. As celebration approaches, it is expected that road users will undertake trips to visit families and loved ones. The Corps encourages you to conduct vehicle safety checks before embarking on your trip. Avoid night journeys, use your seat belts, avoid overloading and driving above prescribed speed limits. Comply with road traffic laws and regulations. Prevention is always the best approach to avoid road traffic crashes and injuries. I implore you all to please partner with FRSC to reduce road traffic crashes on our highways. Drive to save a life. I wish you all a happy celebration.
Bayes University is a fully licensed university operating since 2011 and has grown to have 32 accredited programs in 6 faculties. This includes computer and applied sciences, management and social sciences, engineering, environmental sciences, law, and basic medical sciences. The university also offers postgraduate programs and foundation courses in a conducive learning environment with modern teaching facilities and high-quality national and international staff. Bayes University graduates have either progressed into respectable career positions or have obtained postgraduate degrees from different parts of the world with distinctions. Call or visit www.bayesuniversity.edu.ng. Bayes University, Abuja. Learn to live.
Data is oxygen. Glow Daily Data Splash. 1 gigabyte for 300 naira. 2 gigabytes for 500 naira. Your #1 4G network nationwide.
Welcome back. As the world celebrates Eid al-Kabir, Muslim faithful have been charged to imbibe the spirit of the festival, which emphasizes self-sacrifice, tolerance, love, and peaceful coexistence. This was the message delivered by the Chief Imam, Lagos Central Mosque, Sheikh Suleiman Abonola, at the Eid prayer ground, Dudun Barracks, Obalende, Lagos. Abolore Ogbara reports.
At the end of Hajj, which is the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, Muslims throughout the world celebrate the feast of Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
While condemning the plan of some people, it described as agents of instability and divisible acts. The Chief Imam, Lagos Central Mosque, Suleiman Abonola, urged Nigerians to maintain peaceful coexistence irrespective of their tribe and religion. He also appealed to Muslims and non-Muslims alike to avoid any evil acts, have the fear of God, and shun any form of violence.
It is a day of
instance in which Allah instructed the entire Muslims to sacrifice animals in order to seek the pleasure of Allah. It is my wish and prayer that we put into practice the very good legacy the occasion of Eid al-Adha brings in terms of sacrifice, accountability, submissiveness to the will of Allah.
There was also prayer for a successful administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Let us be proud of our country, dedicate ourselves to the growth and prosperity of our country. Yes, if you say things are hard, it means we work harder to make it better, not to destroy, what our founding fathers had done and put together in the spirit of one nation.
Christianity, Islam preaches peace, so we should live in a peaceful environment. Without peace, we really cannot do anything. We can't create jobs, we can't create infrastructure, we can't do anything. So the fundamental thing is a peaceful coexistence between all of us.
Muslim faithful left the prayer ground with the hope that Allah has accepted their ibadah. Barika di Salah.
Still on the Salah celebration, Muslims around the world are celebrating Eid al-Kabir, a festival of sacrifice. The idea behind the sacrifice is to obey the directives of Allah, as demonstrated by Prophet Ibrahim. Islamic faithful globally remain committed to this spiritual tradition. For this year's celebration, how are Lagosians approaching it? Annie Daniels went to town to see things for herself and brought back this report for Newsline.
You are right, Becky. Eid al-Kabir honors Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to slay his son, Ishmael, at Allah's request, a supreme act. At this time, ram slaughtering plays a very important role in Eid celebration. So, I set out to see if Lagos residents are actually buying rams. Guess what? They are. Or so I thought until I engaged some buyers.
We have went to everywhere. The price is too much. The money you used to buy the other time, 30,000, now is 70,000, which is too much.
I don't know the thing what they do now because the ram why then they show me is small past the money why I carry come.
Maybe they will come down, we don't know, but it's very expensive.
Rams everywhere, yet out of the reach of the common man. The sellers have a quick answer for this.
The price of ram is high due to transport that we use from Maduguri or Bonu here. Before we start feeding them and this and that, you understand me? So like this one now, this one we used to sell it 55,000 naira.
In Kano, this ram is sold for 37,000 naira. Others are 35,000. And the ones behind are sold for 70,000. My profit is just 1,000 naira in each ram.
My findings here reveal that an average ram costs between 80 to 100,000 naira, and the cheapest animal here is this small-sized goat, sold for 10,000 naira. Some sellers attribute the high cost of these animals to levies incurred on them by some group of people popularly referred to as Omonile. Opoyemi Atiko Habib is an Omonile. He gives reasons for the various levies people like him demand from these ram sellers.
The thing that we too go chop now, see for this Lagos now, now everything be business for Lagos. As they carry and come here like this now, we too go there outside chop. Now every year we do all those camper, we just come chop. We too go collect money for ram, money for Albareka. But madam, before you come up for here, you too go give us money. Yes.
Why?
Madam, go give us money because we don't get money past us.
On the faces of most of these ram sellers and buyers is written disappointment. However, these respondents do not see any reason for that because, as Allah says in the Quran, it is not their meat or their blood that reaches Allah, but their piety.
It's not compulsory. You should not go and borrow money. You should not go and steal to buy the ram. If you are able to do it, you do it. If you're not able, leave it until when you're able to do it.
Of course, you don't have to celebrate it in club, because you don't have to celebrate it with drinks, alcohol, and all that. No, you do it according to the Islamic injunction.
And for those who can afford a ram or more, please share with those who cannot afford any. And remember to cut your coat according to your cloth.
Happy celebration to our Muslim friends, and please ensure that the ram goes round. You know how we do it every year, right? Now, to other matters, the case against 6 persons who allegedly planted drugs in the luggage of 2 unsuspecting passengers at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is attracting the required attention. This is coming on the heels of the controversies surrounding the trial. Fatima Sanusi Karai has an update.
Malam Aminu Kano International Airport has been under the radar for the past 8 months, owing to the activities of alleged drug cartel at the airport. These observers say, if not nip in the bud, may give the airport, one of the oldest landmarks of northern Nigeria, a bad name. The serious security breach attributed to the infiltration of banned substances into the luggage of some unsuspecting passengers traveling to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on Lesser Hajj. Zainab Aliyu and Ibrahim Abubakar were among the victims of drug cartel conspiracy at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, who were arrested and incarcerated for 5 months in Saudi Arabia for an offense which attracts death penalty. After the federal government intervention sometime in May, the case continued to attract the attention of civil societies from both national and international communities, forcing the case to take a new dimension.
The Attorney General has joined the NDLEA and is on office to prosecute Zainab's case because of the seriousness and importance the federal government is attaching to the case of Zainab.
The threat to this airport security has been alleged to be a high-level conspiracy from within, making air passengers traveling through vulnerable.
Everybody that wants to travel in this airport must come in person to check in their luggages. Checking in by proxy is not allowed. We've already also discussed on the issue of unaccompanied luggages. Luggages that are not accompanied by their owners are not going to be allowed to pass in this airport.
Zainab Aliyu and Ibrahim Abubakar have since been freed and back home. As they try to pick the shattered pieces of their life, the memory of almost being executed in a foreign land kept resonating. Although they are thankful to the state government for fulfilling the promised gift, they called for justice to be done against those 6 suspects that almost destroyed their life. These suspects were arraigned before this court and were granted bail. And these suspects are walking the streets of Nigeria freely. But on the 2nd of July 2019, the prosecuting counsel applied for the court to confiscate the travel documents of these suspects so that they will not be able to travel outside Nigeria. But his application was denied as it was offered orally. It is expected that the trial will continue on the 14th and 15th of October 2019.
I must say the unsuspecting passengers are lucky. Many have paid the price for similar frame-up. We will provide updates as that case continues. As the popular saying goes, do not despise humble beginnings. This rightly applies to micro, small and medium enterprises now receiving support from one of Nigeria's leading banks, Fidelity Bank PLC, through its regional SME conference tagged SMEs Funding Connect. Nerut Nina Musa reports that the objective of the forum is to connect fund seekers with fund providers.
On citing this long queue, one might be fast to assume that these are job seekers enrolled for interview. But no, that is not the case, as this gathering comprises future captains of industry, business moguls, and employers of labor, at the instance of Fidelity Bank PLC, to meet with their mentors in the local and international space to support their business with funds. Chairman of the Board of Directors, Fidelity Bank, said the bank will continue to play a vital role in encouraging small and medium enterprises through ease of doing business.
We also need to look at creating an enabling environment by the government, providing ease of doing business is one, so that it's not, it doesn't take you 1 year to register a company. There's a lot of costs that go towards power, roads and all that. It's also something that could have been employed back, to capitalize the business.
The essence is to grow the SMEs, give them access to funding, let them understand how to do the businesses better, how to satisfy their customers, and therefore, of course, they will be able to create more jobs.
Managing Director of the bank, Nnamdi Okonkwo, explained that the forum seeks to encourage entrepreneurs to get funding through structured means.
This is one of our best moments when we do anything that has to do with SMEs in this country, because nobody is going to come here and develop Nigeria for us, but we're Nigerians. And that's why the more people will give a chance with the necessary finance, and we don't just lend money. We train, we develop, we handhold, and that's why we have a unit called Managed SMEs, headed by a general manager. That's how seriously we take SME banking, and that's why we put this together.
For the grant competition worth 4 million naira, 2,500 SMEs applicants passed through the screening, but 12 top business owners made it to the semi-final stage. Hallmark of the event was the pronouncement of the first and second runner-up, who left with a sum of 1 million naira grant each, and the winner with a sum of 2 million naira grant.
So we're going to use it to purchase a tonometer, which we're going to use to screen the people who come, the clients who come to our clinics for their eye pressure.
2 products were unveiled at the forum, namely Fidelity Business Plus and Trader Support Facility.
Next up, we have a giant on queue. Mind you, I'm not speaking figuratively. The subject in our next report is actually larger than life. He can even be adjudged the tallest man in Africa because of his extraordinary height. Imola Yotogede paid him a visit to Lagos, and here are excerpts from that interaction.
Nothing prepared me for the imposing personality that Afiz Agoro is. Amazement and disbelief were emotions that overwhelmed me when we met face to face. Well, actually, my face to his waist. By the way, I'm 5 feet 4 inches tall, and even in heels, I felt small beside this towering fellow. Afiz stands at a staggering 7 feet 4 inches. Wow! It best compared with the biblical Goliath. Afiz Agoro Oladimeji is 44. He was born in Saboyaba, Lagos, the last of 7 children. He is a graduate of computer science from the University of Lagos. From his earliest memories, Afiz could tell that he was going to end up way taller than average.
During my secondary school days, I was not one of the tallest then. Not until we finished secondary school. Then I started growing tall. Doctors in America tested me and told me that I was over-secreting a certain hormone called giantism.
Could his formidable height be hereditary? I had to ask.
My father is 5'11", my mother is 5'10". So, but both my grandfathers are tall.
Interestingly, his surname is Agoro, a Yoruba term associated with a tall individual. Could his surname have played a part in his extreme growth?
If I go out, you just be hearing Agoro, 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 Agoro. People believe that Agoro is a nickname. They don't know that it's really my family name, my son name.
His height also comes with some physical and social limitations.
The leg is a problem of the body for any 7-footer. To carry the body weight is not easy. I don't stand for long. I can't walk for a very long distance.
However, his appearance leaves others speechless or taken aback.
Some people see me for the first time, they say, Jesus! I say, what did Jesus do you? Say, sorry sir.
Being a huge man that he is, don't you wonder how he manages to move about?
Everything is customized in my house to my height. I don't enter public transport at all. If I want to go out, if I'm not using my car, I go on Okada.
There is this news making the rounds on social media that you're married.
I don't know, the bloggers, I don't know why they are coming up with all these things. It's a false news. It's an occasion I was invited to. The proprietors of the school said he wanted us to wear the same attire together. I'm not married yet. I have somebody I'm planning to wed, and it's going to be very soon.
But what kind of job does this giant do?
Actually, I'm an entertainer. I do special appearances to parties.
Aside from the physical outlook, which is the fact that we are really, really tall, we are supersized, let me put it that way. Agoro is a wonderful soul.
Afiz Agoro Oladimeji is currently among several others who are taller than most people.
Make me the tourist face of Nigeria. Let people know that we have the second tallest man in West Africa, here in Nigeria.
Wow, interesting. Agoro is indeed a goldfish with no hiding place. We wish him well. Are you among those who doubt that there is ability in disability? Do you have nothing but pity for physically challenged persons and wish you could change their story and situation? Well, you're not alone, because it's natural for most people to feel this way. However, I had a rethink after I saw and listened to our next report by Annie Daniels.
At a glance, nothing about them shows any form of disability. But guess what? They are visually impaired. They cannot see. They have come to celebrate their day, a day set aside by the United Nations to showcase their abilities, even in the face of obvious disabilities.
Definitely, there is a lot of discrimination when it comes to blind women. Men don't seem to be interested in getting married to blind women, and in fact, it's the parents, in fact, that discourage a lot of men who want to get married to blind women.
My husband, you look at him as a blind man. I don't look at him like that, because because I stopped my husband. If I used to close my kitchen, before he used to enter my kitchen early morning before I wake up, he wash all the plates. Even people, my parents, if they visit us, they used to say, this is not a blind man. He can see. I told them that he can see.
For instance, Oluwakemi Sarumi became disabled after her legs were amputated as a result of diabetes. This has not, however, taken the shine off her.
When I leave here, I'm going to Lagos. I'm going to do my MC job. I'm the founder of people who take wedding engagements. The coordinators, wedding coordinators in Nigeria. I do go out when there is laying in state, burial, I do go to decorate.
Are you surprised at that? Then watch this. Wondering what this is all about? Olarinwaju Peters is a trained visually impaired asun and suya maker. I watched with amazement as he carefully extracted the bones from the beef, sliced the beef to desired sizes, and began roasting them.
The kitchen has been inbuilt, so I can't leave it. I have to go to a blind school, and I explained to them what I could do. So I was now told that I could still continue my profession.
Omawumi Arenka and Grace Ebobi are also visually impaired persons. They were not found wanting in their designated tasks.
I'm a trained cook. I cook any kind of food. I taste for salt. If it's not enough, I add more. That's how I know what quantity.
There is nothing visually women that sighted is doing at home that visually women cannot do. That Even they are sighted, I cannot pound food. So I am blind and I'm pounding food. I can pound food. If you want me to pound food for 100 people, I'm ready. At home, we are very sweet. We are very lovely.
The idea behind this is to disabuse the minds of people that getting married to a visually impaired person is burdensome. One last plea from this extraordinary category of people.
I live alone. I do all my chores myself. I go around myself without assistance. I'm looking for a man that is God-fearing, caring, and he loves the things of God and is understanding. Someone that will tolerate me, even my excesses. I won't be a burden to him. He will actually enjoy my company.
I would like some of my friends that we left school together, that don't know my condition now, I need assistance from them so I can move ahead in my profession.
They are actually superhumans. And like I always say, disability is nothing. It's mind over matter. We have more reports for your enjoyment after the break. Join us again.
Now me I go ask and say, why all of us go pay 100,000 naira? Second, say your husband, he want do 70th birthday. She now all of us marry them together. When her mama die, she collects money. Her papa die, she collects money. Her mama die, she collects. You remember when she talked, say she wanted her mama dead body. Mama, you too talk. Now you be glad when they dash me credit anyhow. Imagine, 40-year-old dead body. Why they laugh now? Now try to bring your money. Mama, no laugh. Not be you, Jare. Now some apropos customer there when they know they mind their own business. Whoa. I never even begin to give you her gist.
Glow and Maple. Get 5 times your recharge to call all networks. Recharge with *555*PIN#.
Make her sell my market finish first, eh? I will call you back. Oh.
Unlimited.
Bag of goodies. Scratch and win promo. Hey, you never big like this before. Many kaja that wolf they wait to now for this season. For the Dangote bag of goodies, scratch and win promo. 43 tier over cars, over 200 million naira money cash, tricycle, motorcycle, refrigerator, television set, and plenty other gifts. Where you stay fit to win, no. Only the way you need to do to win now to just buy one bag of Dangote special bag of goodies cement. Check inside the bag for scratch card. Scratch the card and anything where you see inside now you don't win. So come carry your scratch card to that Dangote depot where they near you. Carry am go regional office or wholesale shop where they your area. So you go fit to collect it till you win a sharp. As you buy more bags now, be say you get more opportunity to win plenty more better. Check posters and newspapers for more story. The promo go day from July 1st to September 31st, 2019.
Ronaldo na the highest goal. Ronaldo na the highest champion. Me on the paper. If you check with, if you look at it like this.
Mini-me. Taste the fun.
From our wonderful family, meet our active triplets. Mixology, for example, mixes well with drinks. Then enjoy every quick meal with Slurp It Off. And everywhere you go, there is Go-Gurt. Packed with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy, Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt, it's all good. Hollandia!
In Nigeria, there is one sound we need to silence. So let's silence toothache before it starts with Oral-B All-Round Protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth hole and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because the only sound we really want to hear is that of our future. For healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
I love the new look of my favorite Nivea black and white deodorant. Same reliable double protection against sweat and against stains. No white marks on black and no yellow stains on my white clothes. Proven 48-hour protection with the new look black and white deodorant from Nivea.
I want to buy Indomie noodles. So fast, please.
Yo.
taste my Indomie. Please, sir, if it's not Indomie, don't call it Indomie.
Sir, the taste is the difference. The difference is in the taste. That's why my brothers, my mommy, my daddy, and I all enjoy our delicious, so very delicious Indomie. The difference is the taste.
Taste is the difference. Yes. Difference is in the taste. Nothing tastes like my Indomie.
Indomie Super Pack, now available at 85 Naira. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Thanks for being there. One Sunday morning 2 months ago, members of the Ezechukwu family attended their local church in Awada, Onitsha, Anambra State as part of their weekly routine. They had no inkling that the day was going to end badly. Now, while the service was on, their little boy, 18-month-old Chibueze, mysteriously disappeared. Of course, a search party embarked on an urgent mission to find the kid. The police got involved immediately as everyone suspected that the child had been kidnapped. It's been 8 weeks and counting, yet the frantic search is still on. Ekene Ndulwe reports.
9th of June 2019 was a Black Sunday for the family of Olisa and Joy Ezechukwu, presidents of Fizel Estate, Awada, Onitsha Metropolis. Their house help, 15-year-old Chinecherem, had gone for the children's Sunday service with the last child of the family, Chibeze, who was just 18 months old. It was in the middle of the service at SS John and Paul Catholic Church, Awada, that Chinecherem discovered that little Chibeze has been stolen. Further interrogations reveal that a fair, middle-aged woman who was sitting close to her during the service gave her a 100 Naira note to put in the offering basket. When Chinecherem returned to her seat after the offering, she discovered that both the woman and the baby had vanished.
She started asking me some questions, saying that the baby is looking good and he's handsome. She asked me the baby's name. I told her, during the offering time, she gave me 100 Naira to go and give offering. When I was about to leave, she asked me to bring the baby so I should hold him. So when I come back, I'll collect the baby from her. When I came out, I couldn't find him. I couldn't find her and the baby. I started looking around for her, but I couldn't find her. After that, I went to the security that was in the church. I told him about it, and they started doing the investigation.
Although a search party was immediately organized and the theft was also reported to the Awada police station, no progress has been made so far. It is now 2 months since Chibeze Ezechukwu, the last of 5 children, was reported missing, but his parents are yet to find closure.
Had it been that the child died while sick, I will bury the child and I forget about it, but the child didn't die, and a fellow woman being like me stole that child. In fact, I don't know what to say, but what I know is that my God will really intervene.
Since when they're starting prayer, I just calm down and calm my wife down that we see the child anytime at all. Since then, we never see the child.
Since baby Chibeze was stolen in broad daylight, his parents have lived each day in anxiety. They are, however, hopeful that their nightmare will soon come to an end.
Can only imagine the pain that family is going through. Our prayers are with them, and we hope Chibueze is found soon. When a woman reaches menopause, it presupposes that her childbearing chances are over, naturally speaking. So it becomes Newsline material if a 60-year-old woman gives birth to a baby. Now, wait. In this instance, she had a set of twins, a first delivery after 38 long years of marriage. Can you believe it? This fantastic news is coming from Port Harcourt, Rivers State, where the couple told their amazing story to Ameze Igebo.
The journey was long and arduous, and adoption of a child for them would have been an option. But deep down within, the couple believed a child could still come through their loins. Hence, they decided to give the medical option in vitro fertilization a try. The result is a set of twins.
Time came. Government to show himself under recommendation of the medical director of Africa specialist. They commanded us to one medical director of NYSC, known as Dr. Jude at the news, and he was the man that God used to perform this miracle.
So that December 1st, the urine was tested in this salon. It was positive. I was quiet for some time, and I called my husband and said, well, this thing is positive. My husband said, he will look at me, I will look at him. Then we now concluded to rush back to the hospital for them to do their own testing. We went there. It was also tested positive. The nurses at NYSC, they were jubilating and some were crying.
The couple is happy that tears of many years have been wiped away. They said the society had already labeled them barren, and it is unbelievable that a 72-year-old man and 60-year-old woman could bear children. The medical Rafika Specialist Hospital, Dr. Agabus Wachuku, followed the woman up during the antenatal.
We know that Adeline has not had a child for several years, but I've never seen a woman with greater faith. Even at the point I knew that Adeline, biologically speaking, couldn't really have a child anymore, she was still saying she will carry her own children. And each time she said it, inside me, I laughed like Hannah of the Bible did. She was on admission for 5 to 6 weeks until we delivered her of those twins.
An obstetrician and gynecologist, who is also the medical director, Gynecoscope Specialist Hospital, said IVF is possible and that the womb does not grow old.
Grateful for the success recorded in this particular woman. It's important that even if you're going to offer treatment to such women, that they must be properly selected. Now, in this case, she actually came to us in her late 50s, and we tried as much as we could to rule out chronic or debilitating illnesses. It was based on that we agreed to carry on with our treatment.
He said IVF, as it is beyond the reach of many couples because of the high cost, and appealed to government to work towards bringing down the cost. The neighbors also testified to the goodness of God in the lives of the couple.
I saw God's faithfulness in their lives. They also have given me that particular thing not to look back when you are working with this God, because He has never disappointed any man that trusts in Him.
Congratulations to the couple on their miracle babies. Indeed, delay is not always denial. On the 28th of July, on Newsline, we brought to you a report about a Nigerian Olympian, Gloria Kemeswede, currently receiving treatment at the Federal Medical Center, Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. That photo displayed was actually that of Ene Franca Idoko, a member of the quartet that won the silver medal for Nigeria at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and not that of Gloria Kemeswede as reflected in last week's report. We apologize to Ene Franca Idoko for the mix-up. Thanks for your understanding. It's time now for our last set of messages on the program. Be there when we return, okay?
The new look of my favorite Nivea black and white deodorant. Same reliable double protection against sweat and against stains. No white marks on black and no yellow stains on my white clothes. Proven 48-hour protection with the new look black and white deodorant from Nivea.
nation's human resource. They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rate.
When you hear that sound, you know that Nigeria's most authentic newscast is about to begin. NTA Network News, breaking the news for over 40 years.
It was a befitting farewell for Olorogun Ebiuwe Joseph Soho when his remains were committed to Mother Earth in his hometown, Ekrebo, in Ethiop East local government area of Delta State. Thelma Eliogo reports that his children, including a former staff of the NTA, who was also one-time general manager, Delta State Broadcasting Service, Warri, Willie Soho, sent their patriarch off in a blaze of glory.
Officiating the funeral mass, Reverend Father Christopher Kabo of St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Sapele, admonished Christians to live worthy lifestyles, citing late Olorogun Soho as a man worthy of emulation.
He did not believe in being the rest, he believed in being the best. I went all out to be the best that he can be. Praise the Lord.
The dust-to-dust rite was performed by his children and relatives.
He was a great man, he was a great father. There was none like him. Everybody would praise their father, but he was a very special father.
My father was very charming.
Was a very great man. I mean, in all respects. He was a very hospitable man.
The colorful reception was graced by dignitaries from all walks of life, which include the governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, his Akwa Ibom counterpart, Udom Emmanuel, one-time governor of Delta State, Chief James Onanefe Ibori, the deputy governor of Delta State, Dickin Kingsley Otuaro, captains of industry, and the clergy. They described the late Olorogun Soho as a man of the people.
He's a nice man and he take good care of the family.
He was a father to all, and his words are concrete.
Earlier, there was a night of tribute held in his honors in Lagos.
His home was home to all. It was ever so pleasant.
Travel, and on his way back,
He will fill his car with all kinds of things that I love, food items.
Late Olorogun Ebiwe Soho was a two-time member of the Federal House of Representatives, a former Minister of State Foreign Affairs. He also held many traditional titles from his kingdom and beyond. Late Olorogun Soho, who died at the age of 81, is survived by a wife and 4 children.
His gentle soul rests in perfect peace. Amen. And that's Newsline this week. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're here for a richer edition next week. We have Ali Baba seriously up next. He's not around tonight. He has sent Dan the humorous to stand in for him. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you. Good evening, Becky, and good evening, Nigeria, and the beautiful, wonderful viewers out there.
Yeah. Can you tell me about that big towel you brought in?
No, it's in the show.
I saw you when you came.
No, it was for cleaning face.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, yes. You know, because the heat wave that's hitting us now, the sweat, they like warm bath. So handkerchief alone cannot carry it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show.
Definitely.
Don't miss it.
Definitely. In the spirit of the holidays, it's going to be fantastic.
Yes. Once again, Baraka de Salah, and good night. God bless Nigeria.